Hello everyone and welcome back to another video at Boost Your Pips. In today's video, I want to go through lower time frame confirmations and how you can use them to greatly increase your sword whilst on your stop loss. This video will be mainly a trade breakdown explaining how I transformed this originally 1 to 9 trade into an amazing 1 to 41 risk reward trade. So if you want to learn exactly how I did this and catch trades like this, make sure you stick to the end. Before I get started, make sure you join the free Telegram. There will be a short document posted once this video is released about lower time frame entries. So once we reach 25 likes, make sure you join the Telegram and get your document. Also, having said all this, I just want to thank you guys for the recent support. We've hit, I think, 600 subscribers in such a short time. I just want to thank you guys so much. It means a lot to me. So thank you for that, but let's get started. All right, so like I said at the start, it's going to be like a trade breakdown explaining everything step by step and what exactly led me to take this trade and how I basically transformed this trade, which was a 1 to 9, into the 1 to 40 I showed you guys at the start of the video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete everything at the chart, start with the fresh chart and replay the market to the point before I even saw the order block, so I can explain everything that happened before I even took the trade. So let's go. Alright, so having deleted everything and replaying the market, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through everything step by step. First thing I'm going to look at is market structure. Looking at the 4 hourly to get a quick grasp on market structure, you can see you want a clear bear structure. I'm not going to get into too deep with market structure, but you can see if you know what market structure is and have a basic understanding, or on a bearish downtrend, you can see you have a high, low, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and right now we're expecting our next lower low and our next lower high. So knowing this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for bearish order blocks. Looking at bearish order blocks from this point on, you can see we have a couple. We have this one here, so I've drawn this one here, and we know this is valid because we have the break of structure. If you don't know what order blocks are, make sure you click the top right icon. It's going to take you to one of my previous videos, but we have this order block right here that is valid because we have a break of structure and a massive down move. We also have this order block right here, which is also valid because we have a massive down move and we do have a break of structure. If I let market play out, we have a break of structure right here. So knowing we have 2 order blocks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark them out as order block 1 and order block 2. So knowing that we have 2 order blocks, there are 2 possibilities that market could go. Market could, if I just quickly draw it, market could come into this zone, maybe have a small reaction, then come into this zone and have a big reaction and take us even lower. Or market could just come here and give us the continuation of the bear trend that we want. So knowing this, obviously lower time frame entries are really going to help us, as it's going to reduce our stop loss if we are incorrect, and if we're not incorrect, it's going to massively increase our reward. So what we want to do is we want to wait for price to come into either of these zones and just look at what the market's doing. Remember, this was a 1 to 9 risk reward trade. I'm going to show you how to turn it into an amazing 1 to 40. So we just wait for price to come into our zone. As you wait, just look at what the market's doing. You can see market's just pulling back up and price came back into our zone. As soon as price comes into your zone, you want to go on the lower time frame, and what you want to do right here is you want to look for an order block. Okay, we have an order block right here. You want to look for an order block that is in harmony with your trend. So we want to look for a bearish order block. We have a bearish order block right here, and let's see if it breaks structure. I'll count, let's say this has a break of structure, so anything here would be a break of structure, but let's just say this. And we have a break of structure. So we now have a lower time frame order block inside of a main order block, which is order block 2. What we want price to do is we want price to come into this zone. Stop loss is going to be right above the highs. You could have had it here, it would still be good, but when taking lower time frame confirmation entries, you usually want to have it a bit higher than you normally would, as price is more likely to push a little bit higher. But we set our stop loss there. We put our entry right here at the bottom of the candle, and what we do is we wait for market to trigger us into the trade or just take us out. For this example, you can see if I go on a high time frame to speed things up, for this example, we were triggered in. Even if we were not triggered in and we got taken out, the stop loss is so minuscule that it's not even that significant to us. It would be in an 8 pip stop loss. You can see right above here, if I go back on the hourly time frame, this was like mainly a 30 pip stop loss, which is insane. A 32 pip stop loss. So you can see how we've already reduced our stop loss, and if I just let the market play out, we've massively increased our risk reward. The main downside to this strategy, I'd say, is that you heavily have to look at the market once price comes into your zone. So you have to be really proactive at the chart. You can see this trade took how long to play out. This trade took around 2 hours to play out. So you had to be at your chart basically 2 hours, like constantly on your chart for 2 hours, which it's not really that it is a lot of time if you like to trade. You don't have enough time to trade, but you can see this trade, like, it's an amazing trade. It's a 1 to 40 risk reward trade. I'm just gonna let the market play out now so you guys can see how market played out for us. You can see, remember, we're on a bearish trend, so expecting our next low here. You can see we are given our next low, our next lower high, then low, our next lower high, then low, and we're gonna see this for quite a while. So that is literally all lower time frame entries are. You just have to wait until price comes into your order block. I'm pretty sure that's the lowest we got. At least that's the lowest I took the trade. You could have held on for longer, but that's the lowest I took the trade. I'm going to head out of replay mode. So yeah, you could have held it for another 44. But I only held it until 40. So you can see how this strategy is literally, it's not really a strategy, it's like an entry type. You can see how entering off the lower time frame once price comes into your zone is amazing. You can see how we transformed this originally 1 to 9 trade into this 1 to 40 risk reward trade, which is absolutely insane. And even if price, say, didn't play out how we wanted it to, say price came and took us out, then came into this zone here. If I just replay the market again, say price came, like, it gave us a small reaction. So not even that. Sorry, let me just delete this again. Say price came into our zone and gave us a really small reaction, say something like this, then just broke our zone, then came back to this zone and gave us an even better reaction. You can see, even if we were wrong on this would have been such a minuscule loss. It would have been 8 pips, 5 pips, 10 pips. You can see how compared to the 30 pips stop loss we would have had, we've reduced our stop loss to 10 pips at a maximum. And you can see here, this would be the same story. We probably would have waited until price came into our zone and given us a lower time frame confirmation. Obviously, with lower time frame confirmations, you're not always going to get a trade, but once you do, the trade is usually amazing. As you can see here, we caught an amazing 1 to 4 risk reward trade. If I just put it in again, this trade is so amazing. It's probably one of my top 5 trades, but that's the beauty of lower time frame entries. You can see how we clearly entered off the lower time frame. The only downside, again, I'd say to this is you always have to be active on the chart. And another downside to this is I say that the the strike rate isn't as good as, say, just entering blindly off of here. You're going to miss some trades because not all trades are going to have a low time frame entry. So would you rather, it's up to you, honestly, if you want to do this or not, but I'd highly recommend it. I'd highly recommend you put this into your back testing for at least a month and you see how it works out trading for you. But yeah, this is going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys gained some value from this video. Again, you can join my free Telegram you can join my free Telegram channel if you wish. There's going to be a short document basically explaining this again in like a word form if you didn't fully understand this video. If you want any trading advice, make sure you hit up my Instagram, as I'm always active on there, and also my Telegram. And yeah, this is going to be the end of the video. Remember to backtest this and backtest this constantly until you have a good understanding of this. But yeah, end the video, and I hope you guys have a good day, and yeah, enjoy.